So this is a ranked queue with Sword Dagger Thief. And the comps are mirror comps except for the fact that I'm a thief instead of a second Mesmer. And Sword Dagger Thief is really good in this situation because two Mesmers are really easy targets for Sword Dagger Thief, especially because I get rewarded for stealing to a Mesmer because of the globs, and because with Firebrand Scourge teamfights, Sword Dagger Thief is really good at plussing that because it kills the Firebrand really fast because of unblockable 3 attacks. But if you look at the actual players in the comps, you'll see that the blue team is actually pretty stacked because they have Jeff and Naru on the Firebrand Scourge, and then they have 2 other high-rated players, which is Kiritsugu and Zyrus, while I only have really Crow as like the only player that I know on my team. So it's kind of like a pretty stacked team to go against right now. So yeah, we'll have to out-rotate pretty hard this game as a thief to really make a difference in the player skill level. But anyways, I'm going to go far just to test the waters on their Mesmer, who turns out to be the worst player on their team. Because, well, that's the one player I don't know. So I immediately go into this 1v1, and I'm not even sure what the build is. So it takes me a while to figure out how I'm going to deal with it. But eventually it's not going to be too hard to win this 1v1 because, as you can see, they're not very good. So anyways, I'm going to keep doing this 1v1, and I'm looking at the map right now and seeing my Necro is actually rotating into me at far instead of fighting with his Firebrand, so that's a really bad rotation, even though, I mean, I'm kind of not in like a good spot here at far. I'm going to eventually win, but I really need to... Here I get the kill on the Mesmer, but I really need to be winning more than just far node, because if I just sit here and the Mesmer just comes back from spawn and I kill the Mesmer every single time and hold this node the whole match, I'm not going to win anything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the Mesmer respawn, take his home node. I think I do that. I should do that. But I should let him take his home node and try to win the rest of the map, because 1 point is worth a lot less than 2 points. So I do go back on the Mesmer, but I'm sort of in a 1v2 and my team is on respawn, so I'm kind of like, my Firebrand Scourge are dead, so it's not like I can force any team fight anyways. So I'm kind of just stalling here. And if you look at the map, we killed whatever was at our home, and our Firebrand is still bleeding out, so I still have to keep stalling this. I should really probably have went mid sooner instead of try to win this 1v1. But Firebrand is respawning now, and I think I'm going to get the kill here. Yeah, I get the kill. And it's actually a 2v2. Our Mesmer has a really high DPS build, so there's no way he's going to get that res. And it's actually good that our Mesmer is capping this node, because it puts him against one of our worst players against one of their worst players, right? If you think matchmaking wise, you don't want to be farming their worst players, because you're supposed to be carrying the team, right? So it took me 3 minutes to rotate out of that far fight, so that's probably not the best use of my time, right? So we lose home to their Mesmer, and I'm just trying to, because our Mesmer is now at home instead of at far, so we let their Mesmer full cap up their home node. So now I'm just going to try and plus this, because I should really be team fighting, but my Mesmer is losing this 1v1, so I really need to plus this to prevent us from getting snowballed even harder, because we have to keep backing off to our home node. So really the Mesmer should be capping this so I can plus mid, but it's fine. And we're just gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that ranger. I can't take that 1v1. That's why I didn't want to cap the node, because if the ranger pushes me, then I have to leave anyways. So I go to mid, and our Necro and Firebrand are losing that because I was +1ing home. So yeah, we're in a bad spot here because we've lost 2 team fights already. We do have sides though, because Kral is getting far. He's winning that 1v1, I think. And I get this decap, which is really good as well. And plussing far here seems like a good idea because Kral is really low. So, I mean, he really should be winning this 1v1 without me, but there's 2 Mesmers here, so it's actually good that I'm here. And he's actually going to get stomped, because I can't really do anything against that. It's a Mirage. He's just going to use dodge. I can't interrupt that or anything, so... I mean, I could, but he can easily just dodge while stomping. So, I think there was someone respawning as well. Or no, it's just 2 Mesmers here, so... I'm actually pretty confident in 1v2ing 2 Mesmers just because I have permanent glob up time, pretty much. So, yeah, I'm going to force him to try to res that, which means I get the decap because he has to choose between resing or getting, you know, holding the node. And he actually doesn't get either, so that was a bad play by their Mesmer to try to res that. He should have just played for node, but it didn't matter either way because Kral is back here, and we're 2v1ing this. So we win far 2v2, and mid is actually decapped, so they're not doing too bad. They're holding some kind of presence on the map. Let's see. So our Necro is separated once again from our Firebrand, so we're gonna 100% lose the home fight. So I'm gonna just plus far again, because they have 1 on respawn, so it's technically, we're holding 2 here. I'm not wasting too much time. We're just bleeding 1 and then ensuring that I win this fight at far. And it's a really quick win, so I can easily rotate out and, you know, use this numbers advantage to get mid, which is not really bad because, you know, Necro and Thief are going to kill this Ranger really quick, but Naru and Jeff are coming in here, so I don't want to be here because we also have our Mesmer is dead. So I'm going to force their Ranger to come back to me, and instead of taking the 1v1, I'm going to go back to mid and outnumber that. But they've already died in the 2v2, so this is a really bad situation for me anyways. They do get the res, so we're back in here, and I'm going to 3v2 this while their Ranger caps our home node. And I think he's going to come back, and I'm going to try to... I share the Bassi there to my teammates, hoping that they're on my target. You can see our Mesmer is also trapping, which is really bad. He should really be just putting his presence somewhere else. So now the Ranger's here. So what I need to do is see how I force him off the node, and then I'm going to sword 2 back in, which means that he's essentially 1v0ing defending a node, right? Because he thinks I'm going for a decap, but I'm actually just staying to outnumber this wall. He values the node more than winning this fight. What he should really do is let me go for the decap and then just win the fight. So I get a double steal on Jeff because I know that I need to win right now before the Ranger comes back from defending his node. And I think Naru missed his signet, so we get that kill. The Ranger pushed in now, I think. So home is free. I'm just kind of like stalling for time while pressuring Naru. I have nothing really better to do besides go home. Yeah, the Ranger is still on home, so I can't really go anywhere, so pressuring Naru is really the only thing I can do. So now I think the Ranger is pushing up, right? No, he's still there. But my Mesmer is finally coming off the Treb, so I can easily +1 this because he's a high DPS spec. And I go for the decap. And yeah, the Mesmer actually just kills him, so that's good. Ideally the Mesmer caps, and I push into mid to ensure that we don't die. I prevent the decap here, but my Guardian is separated from the Necro. The Necro is going for a decap, which is completely terrible. That forces us to leave this fight, even though our Firebrand is here. The Firebrand is probably going to die 1v3-ish. But the Mesmer portals to mid, so now that was kind of a bad rotation by him because they're already going to win that easily. And yeah, they're forced to rotate out because they're 4v1ing, and they actually over-rotate. They don't even cap mid. So I think it's best for me to not cap this, but I'm kind of waiting for our team to settle down our rotations. And it looks like Krell is 1v2ing far. That's a good matchup for him. And if I'm 1v1ing a Mesmer at mid, that's good for me as well. Our Firebrand Scourge are here, so I should be leaving immediately. I shouldn't ever be here, I don't think. Especially when we don't own sides. Yeah, so I stay a little bit too long here to get the kill on the Mesmer, who isn't really a high priority target. I should be leaving now. I can probably get the decap on Jeff here. Uses some kind of port there. Not sure if that's hacking or maybe he's spectral walk or the worm. I don't know. So we should have held mid, but we got decapped anyways. So I plus another node because I shouldn't be 1v1ing Jeff, and they should have also won mid because Jeff was preventing me from decapping. They had no pressure there. They could have gone ham, but this is a 2v2, I think, right? No, there's just a clone chasing me. So we do get this kill from me +1ing, and the Mesmer does show up here, so we're trying to just make sure that he doesn't get a res. As you can see, our Firebrand Scourge are fighting mid, and home is free. Our Mesmer should be probably either getting the kill mid, or if not, leaving there. I think I get this kill fast enough, right? Yeah. So I can leave. Probably should have left in the 1v1 sooner, but we can snowball faster this way. And it looks like they're actually leaving mid. Or no, Jeff is getting a lot of pressure on him. So yeah, he's actually gonna go down here for sure. I didn't even need to steal there. He would die, but I think he's gonna get res. Yeah, because I get knocked off, and I think he got signated by Naru. So Jeff's up again, but he's pretty low. He's gonna die again to my second steal. And they don't have Signet this time, so hopefully we can cleave without our Mesmer dying. If you see, our Necro is kind of like, you see, like, I'm kind of like targeting my Necro right here and I'm wondering what he's doing. He wasn't cleaving that down body at all. There was absolutely no condies on it, so it's kind of questionable. Like, what was he doing there? So I have to leave that immediately because after all that, we didn't even get a kill because he didn't cleave. So yeah, our Necro is very questionable with his rotations and decisions. So I'm forced to take a 1v1 versus Mesmer, which I'm happy to do it, but my team isn't happy because they need me to be doing more than that. But I really need to be winning multiple nodes at the same time. So I need to be rotating pretty well. And I'm going to get +2'd, I think. Yeah, the Scourge and Firebrand are coming here to... And it's like a 2v3 with my Mesmer and against their Firebrand Scourge and Mesmer. So I just leave instantly. I need to out-rotate. And our Firebrand Scourge are fighting... Yeah, so... I almost die here. But... I think I'm going to live. I really need to get to far, but I'm so pressured because I was in like in a 1v3, and then I had to peel out, and then the Ranger, who is like longbowing me now, is now on me, so it's really not a good situation to be in where my team has very little map pressure, so everyone can just use all of their cooldowns on me. Yeah, and my Firebrand's bleeding out, so we have like no map pressure. I think this should be an easy 1v1, but I still don't want to be in it. Like, we have far, but Krell's getting pressured, and I think, yeah, I can res this because this is a Condi Mesmer. Condi Mesmers don't have that much cleave unless they daze, and I signated Krell's body to remove some of the DPS on it as well. So that was actually a huge res right there because it prevented us from getting snowballed again. But we're still losing the map because our Mesmer lost the 1v1 far versus something. And right here, so that's perfect. Our Guardian leaves me in a 1v1 with their Guardian. So this is, I'll always kill the Guardian here. So this is perfect for me because I'll always win this, and their Necro has no support. And their Mesmer actually portals in, so Nara can take the portal out, which was a good play by him. That completely fixed their rotational failures. But the thing is, he ports in with no health, so he's going to die. And I'm low as well, a little bit. So I'm going to leave. I'm not going to chase that kill because I need to... And he's on top of the thing anyways. So I can't get that kill. So I plus mid. I need to kill mid, and I need to kill far. So we're in a really bad situation right now because the Guardian should be going far so that they win that, right? And leave me to 1v1 this. But the thing is, we need to win both. So I leave the Guardian here as soon as he gets to full cap, and then I go to far, which is already like a losing play. And if you notice, our Mesmer that was 2v1ing their Mesmer now just lost home. So I think this is unwinnable at this point because I need to win 2 separate nodes that are on the opposite sides of the match on the map, and our Guardian is AFKing mid when he needs to really be at far. So yeah, this and it went to timer as well. So yeah, that's an unfortunate game that we had such bad rotations there, but it did show you a little bit how like the rotations were very delicate that game, and I could have actually played better, even though if you see here my statistics is like let's see what it says. I think yeah, I got 10 kills, which was top kills, 0 deaths, and 1 revive. So it may look like I'm carrying really hard, which I am, but I still, my rotations could have been better there because my team just lacked so much, so I need to like create more outnumbered situations constantly. But either way, that was still a very good game on my part. I think it was just a little bit stacked teams and poor rotations.